The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
It was in a ball of flame. Called 911. I saw it from 197, hoping it wasn't my building, and it was.
Tonight on DC News Now at 10, smoke billows out of a burning apartment building in Laurel, Maryland. A race to get the flames under control and the tenants out. Coming up, how the people impacted are now dealing with the aftermath.
Plus, a D.C. school dean accused of exposing himself in a public park tonight. A response from the school district following his arrest. Also,
every second that we were hanging there, 9/10 of that second I spent worrying about slipping backwards and falling off that tower and knowing that that would be the end of us.
In his first televised interview, the pilot who survived this weekend's plane crash recounts his rescue with DC News Now and what he admits went wrong that night. As we learn, this is not the first time he's wrecked a plane.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Super good to see you. Hopefully you enjoyed some clearing that is taking place across the DMV. Guess what? We have more sunshine in store for your Thursday, but it comes with cooler temperatures. Your extended forecast coming up.
Thank you, Janessa, and good evening, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Mark Hall, filling in for Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Tasmeen Mahfouz. Our top story tonight, a fast-moving fire in Prince George's County forces dozens of people from their homes.
And you can see flames tore through the roof of the Fox Rest Apartments in Laurel. Our Prince George's County reporter, Yamari Sese, spoke to tenants about the moment they realized a fire was destroying their home.
I've been at Fox Rest Apartments for hours, and it's been an extremely very active scene. As you can see behind me, a crew is working to clean up the scene right now, and a lot of the damage took place on the first floor. I was able to speak with some neighbors who told me that when they smelled the smoke, they immediately ran outside and saw the flames coming from the roof, while another tenant in this building tells me that he saw the flames from the highway.
I pulled up. It was in a ball of flame. Called 911. Couldn't really tell. I smelled like it was burning like electric. So I saw it from 197, hoping it wasn't my building, and it was.
Wardell Brown lives on the second floor of this building of Fox Rest Apartments. His biggest concern when he saw the flames?
Just how much I lost, maybe. You know, hopefully it ain't too bad. My main concern is that, whatever family it affected the most, that they be okay.
Prince George's County Fire Department responded to the scene a little after 2:30 this afternoon. Firefighters say the flames were so big they called for assistance from Anne Arundel, Howard, and Montgomery County Fire Department. Fortunately, there were no injuries, but now there are dozens of people without a place to stay.
Until, we get some better clarification, with the fire department and the rental office, it's up in the air where we're going to be staying. Belongings can be replaced. It's an unwanted feeling.
And tonight we learned that 44 people were impacted and forced from their homes, and 14 units were affected. The Red Cross is working with them to find a temporary place to stay. For now, reporting in Laurel, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sese, DC News Now.
Well, Tasmeen, it rained this morning, and a little rain a little bit in the afternoon. Now it's a little chilly.
Yeah, it's getting cold outside. Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb. And Janessa, it's going to be even chilly tomorrow morning. Yeah, guess what tomorrow starts? The official start for us meteorologists, winter. And so December 1st, then we transition into actually the equinox, December 21st. So it's going to feel like we are transitioning into the winter season with the cooler air in place. Now, wind advisories, they have actually, some of them have now started to expire for the Shenandoah Valley. So we just have the Alleghenies at this point into tomorrow morning. It's been very gusty, blustery out there across all of the district, and that's going to continue Thursday into your Friday. It will not meet the criteria for advisories, but still it's going to be out of the north, allowing us to keep us on the cool side. So right now, temperatures across the board, air temperatures hovering upper 30s to mid 40s. When you factor in these winds, the feel-like temperature in the mid 30s, and the tumble will continue throughout the evening. Factoring in those winds, it feels like 26 for Kaiser, 27 for Cumberland, and for the suburbs of the district across the Beltway at 39. Forecasting tonight, teens
teens and 20s as we're kicking off your Thursday morning, along with our weather team tracking our next cold front into the weekend. We'll look at that coming up.
All right, Janessa, thank you. And new tonight, we're learning a dean of students at a D.C. elementary school has been charged with indecent exposure. The incidents are reported at a park in Greenbelt, Maryland. Police responded to Buddy Attic Lake Park yesterday. That's where two women said he exposed himself in a parking lot. 45-year-old Jamie Lee White of Hyattsville was arrested. This screen grab shows White listed as a dean of students for Bancroft Elementary School in Northwest. D.C. Public Schools responding to the arrest tonight, saying the employee is on leave as of November 29th. And according to police, White is a repeat offender. You're asked to call them if you've had a similar encounter.
With new details tonight, two Montgomery County siblings who disappeared and their mother charged with murder was just found incompetent to stand trial. Our Cheyenne Corin has closely followed Catherine Hoggle's case and was in Rockville courtroom when the decision was made.
That's right. It's been a long effort to bring closure to this case, and we still don't know what happened to Sarah and Jacob. But a judge ruled that Catherine Hoggle is incompetent to stand trial. This means that the state must drop those murder charges against her for the 2014 disappearance of her two children, 3-year-old Sarah and 2-year-old Jacob.
I tried to hold on to hope that my kids were alive. I held on as long as I could until it just didn't make sense anymore, and it's obvious that she killed my children.
Sarah and Jacob were last seen with their mother, Catherine Hoggle, in September of 2014, after their father, Troy Turner, reported them missing. Hoggle was first charged with misdemeanor child neglect, abduction, and hindering law enforcement. Then in 2017, she was charged with 2 counts of murder.
This system is broken. Whenever someone can murder 2 children, and then be treated as a regular patient, be given more rights than the kids.
For Hoggle to stand trial, Judge James Bonifant had to be convinced by the evidence that Hoggle was able to assist in her own defense. Her attorney, David Feldson, argued nearly 20 doctors have found her incompetent and diagnosed her with schizophrenia.
In the state of Maryland, we don't try people for anything, for any crime, if they can't defend themselves.
State's Attorney John McCarthy believes there was evidence to show she was putting on an act, but they weren't allowed to submit it. Maryland law required them to prove her competency by December 1st or drop the charges.
She did not want to return to jail, and during the course of the hearing, that she wanted in some way to regain some access to a 3rd child whose parental rights had now been stripped from her.
Sarah and Jacob's father, Troy, says he will continue to seek justice.
We're going to be in front of the state legislating bodies in Maryland. We're going to try to make these changes. If we can't save my kids, we're going to save as many as we can.
And although those charges are dropped, Catherine Hoggle will be involuntarily committed as long as she is considered a danger to herself and others. But prosecutors are able to recharge her in the future if her condition improves. No double jeopardy applies in this case. So State's Attorney John McCarthy says that today, justice was not denied, just delayed. Reporting in Rockville, I'm Cheyenne Corin for DC News Now.
Tonight, the pilot who survived Sunday's plane crash in Maryland recounts the rescue in his first on-camera interview.
Yeah, Patrick Merkel and his passenger, Janet Williams, miraculously made it out alive the second time, by the way. He and all of his passengers have survived a plane crash. And Merkel admits he may have been flying too low when his plane became lodged in that cell tower, leaving them dangling in the air for 7 hours. Our Joseph Almo sits down with Merkel tonight. Take a look.
If we had been 6 feet either side of that transmission tower, it would have taken off a wing and we would have simply fallen to the ground and perished.
Tonight, for the first time since his name made headlines across the globe, Patrick Merkel telling DC News Now about what it was like crashing his small, single-engine plane into an electrical tower and miraculously living to tell the story.
Every second that we were hanging there, 9/10 of that second I spent worrying about slipping backwards and falling off that tower and knowing that that would be the end of us.
Merkel was making the trip back from Westchester, New York. His friend Jan on board, the two on approach into the Montgomery County Air Park in Gaithersburg. It was dark, visibility was low, and Merkel admits.
Well, quite obviously I was flying too low. So, You know, however I ended up flying too low, I'll have to review that with the FAA and the NTSB.
The crash happening right around 5:30 Sunday night. What followed was an intense rescue operation that took over 7 hours. Merkel telling us he faced some grueling choices.
Rather than slide back down and die hitting the ground, I popped out the windshield, lifted off the dashboard, and was ready to get out of the aircraft and into the superstructure and to get Jan, who was more injured than I was, out of the plane as well, and to wait either up on the superstructure or to come down the ladder, which is on the side of it, to get to the ground. The chief told us, you know, he was concerned that the tower was electrified and that he didn't want us getting into a situation that made it even worse.
So they stayed in the fog, in the dark, and then came along a blistering wind.
And we were asking, did you bring blankets? You know, because, you know, me worried about having to jump out of the airplane. I've opened up the whole canopy, and it's cold up there.
How cold
and it's
was it up there?
freaking windy. So it was, and with blood loss, you know, we're getting even colder. So I was very worried about hypothermia for myself and for Jan.
Merkel's son making the trip from Philadelphia the moment he heard about the crash. He made it to the site while his dad was still stuck over 100 feet up.
It was around 9 o'clock when he got the news. By midnight, he was at the scene.
So your son watched you get lowered from a bucket 100 feet up?
Yes, he did.
And as for any reflections, now 3 days after the crash?
It's a miracle. I'm not here because of anything I did right. I'm here because God wants me or Jan or both of us to be around for quite a while longer.
Reporting for DC News Now, I'm Joseph Omo.
Now, what a conversation. So tomorrow you can catch a part 2 of this interview only right here on DC News Now.
Well, getting stuck in an elevator, it's a troubling trend DC firefighters are seeing every day. Coming up in a live report, we'll show you the new tool emergency responders are using to help get people out of the stuck elevator faster.
Plus, it's lit. Coming up right after the break, we'll take you to President's Park, where Mariel Carbone has a full story on all the fun and excitement for the National Christmas Tree lighting.
Oh, it looks so beautiful out there. Yes, clear skies that will dominate the weather game going into tomorrow and actually Friday, but it does come with a trade-off. Very cool temperatures. We'll look at that coming up.